So it's that awesome time of year, the end of year, silly season. And this for many brings a lot of joy, but for many brings a lot of stress, a lot of questioning, a lot of trying to figure out how they're going to get past these couple of weeks successfully without crashing and crumbling themselves. And generally this has to do with people that have been on some kind of nutritional regime, a training regime. They've had a goal, they've had a vision, they've got somewhere with their body composition or with their mental health or with their physical training, and now they're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna have so many days off, or I'm gonna be at this family function or this event, or I'm going away on holidays and I'm not gonna be able to do da da da, and people start freaking out. Now, I'm someone who removes myself from the gym for a good 2 to 4 weeks on holidays. It doesn't mean I don't train. I'm away with family. I'm either overseas or away. And it's about finding a way to understand what it is first you want, and then attacking that and achieving that throughout the silly season. So I always say to people, if you are looking to start a nutritional plan, a journey, something that you want to set a goal to aspire to, it's not the time of year to do that. It's not to say that it's impossible or you can't. I've definitely started those kind of journeys right before the holiday season. But if you are someone looking to change your life, change a perception of yourself, an environment, etc., and then jump on a nutritional plan and jump onto a training regime and do all of these things all at once in a time where it is not your average or your norm of the year, it is not ideal. Okay, you want a place or a time where you have the ability to seek out the guidance you need, to actually have time to yourself, to be able to plan and to actually have the ability to take out or carry out the tasks needed. And generally through the silly season, we find ourselves at events, at parties, celebrating with people, socializing away, not with access to places because of public holidays, etc. So it's not the ideal to start a journey within that regard. Again, not impossible, but not ideal. Now, if you're someone that's been throughout a journey of fitness, health, mindset, nutrition, whatever it is, now it's about understanding what it is that you are going to be, or you are going to create as your constraints. What are you not willing to sacrifice for the period of time of the end of the year? Now, when it comes to sacrifice or constraints, I always say, find what it is that is necessary for you to continue on in a good journey, to find a good bit of peace about yourself, to still have joy and to still achieve whether it's maintenance or the continual progression of your journey. Now, simple things. Is it that you want to make sure that your nutritional plan is on point or you're in maintenance? Make a decision. Is it that you want to make sure that you can still go and have the dinner with the family, you can go and have, a night out on the town, you are still able to go and enjoy socializing, etc. So maybe set those specific occasions and balance your day around that occasion. So it's like, okay, cool, you know what, I'm gonna go out tonight, I'm gonna have a big dinner with the family, etc., etc. So maybe my food, if you are on calories, if you're on a specific nutritional plan, are adjusted to suit that night. Now that means, yes, you may be looser at that night and it might not be completely tracked, etc., but you've given yourself some room to move. Now, it might be, you know what, I don't want to be tracking, I don't want to be calculating, but you understand the sacrifice of what that means. It means maybe your sleep will be poor, maybe that you'll feel a little sluggish, maybe you'll put on a little bit of weight, but maybe it's you want to enjoy the people's company that you haven't had. You maybe haven't had the ability, especially where we've had lockdown, to go and celebrate, have some drinks with friends. And the constraint there for you is I want to be able to socialize without it being impeded on because of a lifestyle choice or change I've made. Maybe it's as simple as I'm going to get up earlier every morning and I'm going to go for a walk, or I'm going to do a small bit of movement so that I can maintain some kind of physical health, but that is not really about the gains of the physical, but more about maintaining the mental state. Now, you need to understand what your constraints are. So here are mine for an example. So I'll be going away on holidays and I won't have access to a gym for a good month. So my constraints are, I want to make sure that my sleep is amazing. So for me to have amazing sleep, I make sure that I adhere to my nutritional protocol that has a specific task at night. And at night, it means the last meal before I go to bed must be protein. So if I have my chocolate, my lollies, my cake, and I do all the fun things and I have a great night, I make sure that before I go to bed, I'm still consuming some amount of protein, and I make sure that I'm in a good parasympathetic flow state. That is a constraint that I make sure happens, especially while I'm on holidays, because it's always easy to pig out and have some junk. I'll make sure that my protein is the last thing I consume, and then I'll make sure I go to sleep, and I know I'm guaranteed to have a better sleep than if I was to not do that. The next constraint is I must move and exercise. And for me, that's something I enjoy doing, I love. So I'll make sure I move and exercise every single day. Now that's more than what I actually train during my normal year. I don't actually train every day. I usually train, 4, 5, maybe a 6-day week. But while I'm on holidays, I have more time. So I usually add in extra walks, I go for a run, I do bodyweight workouts, I'm playing on the beach. So that's gonna be a constraint for me, that every day I have some kind of physical activity. And there will be a set program that I'll create for myself, but that is a constraint that I will stick to. Now, a big constraint for me is that I need to be able to enjoy family time. I need to be able to enjoy the home-cooked meal. We'll be with my family, my mum. I'm gonna cook home-cooked meals. My mum's gonna cook them, and I wanna be able to enjoy that. So that is a constraint. I'm not sacrificing that for anyone or anything. And is that going to remove my goal or make me a worse, physical or mental person in that time frame? Absolutely not. If anything, it's going to elevate me, create a bit more joy around that time of year for me. So there are some simple constraints. I will not sacrifice those things to achieve anything. And I want my good sleep because I know I recover, I know I repair, that I know I can enjoy my holiday. I want to eat good meals with the family and I want to enjoy that. And I want to make sure I move. And I want to move every day because I have the ability to, and it's a passion of mine. So they are my constraints for the holidays. So what I would suggest is understand what it is that you are not willing to sacrifice over this time. And then balance your lifestyle around that. If you are on a strict regime and you are competing, for example, at the beginning of the year and you are unable to sacrifice those things, that's great. Know that they are your constraints, but understand the sacrifice that comes with them. For example, you may not be able to have drinks with friends, and that is not a bad thing. I've gone through years where I've had to compete, and over the silly season has been my peak season. So I haven't been able to eat out, drink, so do all the fun things, but I then go, well, I'm not going to sacrifice socializing. I'm going to make sure I go to the events. I make sure I go and have a good time. I make sure I'm active, I'm moving around, I'm enjoying human company, and it doesn't have to revolve around food. So just over this crazy time, understand what it is that you want and what it is that you are willing to do to get that. And then understand what your constraints are. Rather than setting a goal, set a constraint. Things that you are not willing to sacrifice to achieve what it is you want. And if that is as simple as I don't have to take my scale with me to weigh my food for the next 2 weeks and I'm going to eyeball my measurements and still track, that is you. If it means you're on a protocol like me where protein needs to be the last thing consumed at night, well then beautiful, then stick to that. If it means I need to do body weight workouts because I don't have access to the gym and I'm just gonna move more, well then do that. And if you are someone on one of those strict regimes and that is your goal, you are absolutely supported. Kill it, let people know, maybe set a constraint up around letting people know that this is your vision, this is what you're trying to achieve, just so you get the moral support and the support that you need from the people around you. But enjoy the season, enjoy the time, especially with the last couple of crazy years we've had. Enjoy connecting and bonding with humans. That is a very important part of any journey regardless. You're always going to need to be a part of society. You're going to need to enjoy that, but do it your way, not others' way. Really enjoy the season. Have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, whatever you're celebrating. Enjoy some time off, enjoy some family and some loved ones. And be good, stay at it, and know what it is that you are trying to continually achieve. Remember, you are trying to change a lifestyle and level that up moving forward, not just revert back to old habits. You want to continue down a road or a journey forward, not backwards.